put a finger on what the Final Four is going to be. You can't. I don't think anybody can really do it. Well, you got Monterey, of course, is in.
Which, by the way, they've clinched now. They've clinched the division.
That's right.
They'll be the number 1 seed in the West, but then you've really got 4 teams fighting for 3 spots.
Right. Yep. The East is just as jumbled. I mean, any of those guys could pop up and grab the 4th spot or 3rd spot as well.
Harrisburg and Baltimore playing a big game in the East later this afternoon as they battle for that 4th spot. But there's a couple of other teams who are also in that mix, including St. Louis and Kansas City. San Diego right now sitting 2nd in the West, coming in with a 12-6 record. They can finish no better than 2nd place.
These two.
This is a road-weary team. I don't want to underplay that. This is their 9th road game in their last 10 outings.
Wow, that's incredible. I mean, that is a lot of road weariness for sure. And I was just going to say, both of these teams, Dallas averages 7.7 penalty minutes per game. San Diego 9.3. A couple of the leaders in that department. If this thing gets out of hand, you might start seeing it get a little chippy later on.
50-50 ball into space. Who's going to get there first? It's played off the inboards. Gamboa is able to smother it. It was Raimundo Reza who got there and tapped it off the inboards, setting up an opportunity, but it was suffocated by Gamboa.
Oh, man, ugly moment there again for the Dallas Sidekicks. Freddie Mugin came back, but lost sight of the ball on Reza's shot, and fortunate there that Juan Gamboa bailed him out.
He's been doing that a lot for the Sidekicks over the last couple of seasons.
The man has been under duress, and we mentioned all the team's equipment was stolen. His keys were stolen. His everything was stolen, so he had to go and get everything. What a nightmare,
Soccer's trying to get out of their own end here as Childs plays it back to Pardo. Finds Farber, marked by Piedra. Just over 6 minutes to play here in the first quarter.
Yeah, if you've ever tried to replace your driver's license or your passport.
You're right. Nightmare is the exact word.
Go replace your driver's license and passport. Tell me how that works out for you.
Farber moving toward the top of the arc. Ubi Peripovich takes over. That's blocked by Lipe. Sent to the corner. Aguayo gets there, and then Piedra wins possession for the Sidekicks. Facing high pressure, it's sent back to Gamboa. De Oliveira is there defensively as the Sidekicks look to get it out of their own end. The Sockers now retreat. And Lipe will leave it for Ricardinho. De La Gala is back over the wall and onto the floor for the Sidekicks.
And we got to mention the MASL community really pulled together to help the Sidekicks. The Ontario Fury, one of their sponsors, I think it was 100 Soccer or something like that. 100% Soccer came in, chipped in. And even the MASL Off the Wall guys online made a GoFundMe page and we're chipping in as well. So great job by the MASL family. You got to really give them a shout out.
De Souza gets taken down here, setting up a free kick just inside the attack line. This is where Ricardinho's a real artist. Faces a two-man wall. De Souza and Aguayo along the post. Quintana is to the right of Ricardinho. The Ricardinho approach, trying to drive it through the wall, but it comes right back in his direction. He'll send that to Gamboa.
Yeah, maybe would have liked to have seen him pass left or right there. You had number 20, De La Gala, to his left, wide open. Rookie, maybe he didn't want to give it. I get it. He's a rookie. He's not played a lot, so.
Ricardinho, the KG veteran, sends it up the right wing boards to De La Gala, who draws a double team. Not able to control it in the corner, and it comes out to Velez. San Diego with 4.5 minutes to play in the first, leading 2-0. Time and space for Bond. Bond plays it left to Childs. One-touch pass. Whitman plays it back. Bond with a shot. Childs with another shot. A flying Gamboa makes another save.
Great job on Gamboa. Saw that one all the way from Childs.
De Souza trying to go on the counter-attack, but he's stifled by Contreras.
And Giles just stays out there. He wants more. He's feeling it.
Pardo gets it to Ortega, nicknamed Pee-wee. Plays it over to the right side. Ortega through the center circle. Left toward Farber, then switches it. That gets headed by Mugen. 50-50 ball. Farber got the first touch on it. It's Segura who clears it to halfway, and that bounces over the glass out of play near the referee area.
And speaking of Jonathan Segura, we got to give him a shout-out, Pete, on the birth of his son this last week. Santiago Leo Segura, both mother and baby are fantastic and healthy. Congratulations, Jonathan.
Cool name.
Yeah, it is, right? Santiago Leo.
3:18 to play here in the first period. Contreras.
Coach Simone Bozes told me that. He said, Matt, that's the one positive thing this whole week. He said, Jonathan had a baby, and that's what we rallied around.
Something good.
Yeah.
Something positive. The Sidekicks need something positive down on the field here after falling behind early 2-0. Childs gets to the attack line, plays a wall pass to Contreras, right back to Childs, who fires in, and running out with the rebound, a clearing run by Piedra to halfway. Then gets it back to Segura. Delivered to Piedra. He's got Lipe making a run up the left wing boards. Plays it into his path. Lipe fires. Oh, that hit the post!
Oh, man, inches away.
Piedra fires, and it's blocked by Contreras. Piedra's not able to knock it down. Velez runs up on it for San Diego.
And that was a nifty shot there because I thought he was going to lift it, but he kept it low and just went right and low. So, man, just missed.
See, Roberto is off the bench and onto the carpet for San Diego. Ubi Peripovic plays it back to the keeper. Pardo goes right back to Ubi Peripovic. Now sends it up the right side. De Oliveira unable to get it past Quintana. Left for De La Gala to Gamboa. Sends it left to Ricardinho with 1:40 to play in the first. San Diego leading 2-0.
Yeah, and the Sidekicks, you can see, I think they've kind of settled down now. They got those early minute jitters out. Unfortunately, left in 2 goals. But they look like they've calmed down.
They'd love to pull one back here before the end of the first stanza. Here's Segura. Back to Ricardinho. They came close. They hit the post a moment ago. That's chipped into the corner. In deep, controlling it is Ordonez. San Diego clears it out, but no further than Ricardinho, who sends it over the glass unintentionally, trying to get it back to Lipe along the wall. Ubi Peripovic with the restart. As we hit the 1 minute mark here in the first quarter, San Diego with 2 goals in the opening 94 seconds, leading Dallas 2-0.
For a new Vodka Magic Minute.
And Pardo, I think at this point you're going to see him kind of, I was going to say you're going to see him lay back, but maybe not.
Pino is the target in the corner here, and he draws a double team, plays it toward the area. It comes out to Farber. Dallas on the counterattack, unable to get it past Serta. Pino sends it all the way back to Pardo. 30 seconds to play in the period. Pino on the ball as San Diego makes changes. Whitman off the bench and flying inside the Dallas line, but not able to control the pass. Segura has it, pressured from behind. Played it to the wall in front of the Dallas bench. Ricardinho sends it back to Gamboa with 13 seconds remaining in the period. A long ball from Gamboa is knocked down in San Diego territory by Ordonez. Sent to Ricardinho. From a long way out, from just inside halfway, he sails one over the goal, looking for a miracle in the final seconds of the first quarter.
I don't know if that was it was almost like out of anger, like frustration. He just kind of took a shot there. It had some velocity on it. It was just a little bit high.
San Diego content to wind down the final 3 seconds, having outshot Dallas in the first quarter 7-5. San Diego leading 2-0. Craig Childs, assisted by Cesar Serta, scored 32 seconds
now,
in,
ladies
and
and
then
gentlemen,
Velez
please
set up
welcome
Pittman
back
for a
the
goal
hottest
at
dance team in the
1:34 of the
MASL,
opening period. Those
your
two even
Dallas
strength goals
Sidekicks
have given San Diego a 2-0 lead going to the second quarter here at the Allen Event Center.
Yeah, and Sidekicks to me in that quarter just looked starstruck. You know, they came out, they looked nervous. They, their eyes are big. You hear about the vaunted San Diego Sockers franchise coming into your home. First time a lot of these rookies have ever played this team. They know these names, Ortega, Childs. They've heard about them for seasons and years. So playing against them the first time, they just looked very nervous to start off. Unfortunately, let in a couple of goals that mistake goals type situations, not marking men, and then the passing bumble up between Quintana and Piedra. And now it's 2-0. They got to get their heads back into it. They look like they calmed down later in the quarter.
Outside of being on the team, the best way to know what's happening in the MASL is to tune in to Kick This. Every weekend, Soccer Sam discusses the ins and outs of all the MASL action. Find Kick This every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern on iHeartRadio. I'm Pete Stein along with Matt Thornton. We thank you for watching the Dallas Sidekicks on MASL TV. You can catch every game each week on the league's official streaming home, MASL.TV. And there's been plenty of action on MASL TV this weekend, and it continues today with a fairly busy schedule. Utica has defeated Rochester 7-2. Milwaukee leading St. Louis 12-6. Kansas City and Ontario are tied 2-2. That's a Fury side that's coming on really strong. And maybe the best game of the day gets underway here in about a half hour when Harrisburg and Baltimore play. They are battling for that fourth position in the East, so that's a big game coming up later today.
Yeah, and both those teams, really good teams.
And
Baltimore, you can never count Baltimore out. They just always seem to peak at the right time, late in the game. It's one of those things where you got to. It's fun. It's going to be fun to find out who the Final Four will be in the playoffs.
An update, Ontario has taken a 3-2 lead over Kansas City at the Silverstein Eye Center. So that's an Ontario team that's been on a good run as of late.
Your Dallas Sidekicks dancers are led by director
led by Frank Tayo.
Yeah, Tayo's he's just a beast, man. He's starting to score like he's, nobody can stop him.
Former sidekick Nestor Hernandez with a goal in that game.
Yeah, Nestor, the legend. Miss him around here. He's become, I think, at the beginning of his career in indoor, he was much a forward, an offensive-minded player. His defense is so much better now, and he's really become an incredible two-way player.
Helping Ontario out as they seek a sixth straight win this afternoon. Dallas trying to end a 9-game losing streak, hosting San Diego, who's lost back-to-back games. But the Sockers striking early here this afternoon. They lead 2-0. Ricardinho playing it to the right wing boards, fired in on Pardo. He got fingertips on it. It lands at the feet of Bond here in the corner. He's marked by Lipe, trying to get it out of the Sockers' end. Lipe's on the ball for Dallas, gets it to Quintana. Speaking of two-way players.
Yeah.
Here's Ricardinho, played to the feet of Mugin in the corner, marked by Pino. Out to Quintana. Pittman keeping an eye on him. Quintana off the end boards, deflected by Pino to Ortega. Velez gets it back to Ortega. And Quintana wins the ball back for Dallas, getting it to Lipe and then going to the bench, making a substitution as Segura comes back in and immediately makes a run up the center forward channel and veers right as Lipe brings the ball in from the left side, sends it into the area, but there's Ortega.
Yeah, he saw his partner, Freddie Mugin, there and tried to get it across, just couldn't quite sneak it across. And that's going to be a foul.
San Diego foul.
Yep, Dallas is going to get a free kick here at the attack line.
Second of the game.
Early in the second period, trying to cut into a 2-0 deficit. Both goals coming in the opening 94 seconds of this contest. Velez to Pino, back to Pardo. Velez up the middle, has time and space, but lays it into the path of Ortega.
And Mujin, he's one of those finesse forwards, a finesse point man. He's not a brawler. He's not a Vic Moraligwe or, frankly, a Felipe De Souza who's going to just throw elbows around. He's more of a finesse guy. But, man, he's having a heck of a season for the Dallas Sidekicks.
Sidekicks have the first 2 shots of the second quarter, but still trail 2-0. San Diego with possession. Contreras getting it back to Pardo. We've played 2 minutes of the second period. Contreras glancing upfield to see if there's a target.
Fans, let's hear ya.
Keeping an eye on him is Almendarez.
Yeah, and I like this high pressure from the Dallas Sidekicks. Not laying back, keeping pressure on San Diego, not allowing them to do what they want to do. Keep that up.
Pardo to Gutierrez. Right back to the keeper, just beyond his own line. Sends it left to Contreras. Pardo now drives one into the corner. Off the glass, into the area. Chested forward, but grabbed by Gamboa. Getting an opportunity for San Diego was Raimundo Reza.
Yeah, I thought it was a good stop there by Jonathan Segura to reset.
Ricardinho brings it inside the San Diego line. Plays it to the top of the arc. It's a one-touch pass. Back to Lipe.
Lipe dancing. You can see his footwork is pretty magical.
Piedra sends it out to the right wing for Segura. It comes back left to the magic feet of Lipe. Lipe with a couple of crossover moves, a shot and a goal, and Dallas is on the board.
Right on cue, Lipe de Andrade with a beautiful move on the left side, all of that work, and I believe Almendarez got a piece of that and knocked that in. I don't know because the ball could have easily been across the line. I know Almendarez touched it, but the question is, was it already in the goal? And it looked like maybe it was, so I think they're going to credit that one to Lipe. Yeah, I think Almendarez, when he kicked it, he was already in the net. Great goal by Lipe de Andrade.
Just what the Sidekicks needed.
And that's
getting a goal on their third shot of the second period.
Yeah, it's his 12th goal of the season. He's now up to 18 points, is Lipe.
He's just going to keep getting better and better.
He really is. You can just see the raw talent there.
We saw the last game here, he had a rocket shot as he was moving in against numbers.
Yep.
And he just
San Diego
showed his lethal left foot, put one in the back of the net.
And it explodes off his foot. He doesn't have a large windup.
It's easy power, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's interesting shot. He doesn't have that, that old Doc Lawson windup where you can see it from about a mile away, right?
Anytime we can mention the indoor warrior, it's a good broadcast.
Indeed.
Who, by the way, still looks like he could play.
He's got those tree trunk legs.
Oh, my gosh.
His legs. The man has the largest. Only Pudge Rodriguez of the Texas Rangers, in my opinion, has larger legs, tree trunks, than old Doc does. There's a foul there.
Gets it to Z. Roberto.
Felipe De Souza, his
so
first
Felipe gets called for the foul. Off the corner glass, it's knocked down by Farber, but Gamboa with a kick save and a beauty.
Great job there. Right-footed, slid it out. Nice job by Juan Gamboa, keeping his team in this thing.
Serta makes a diagonal run, leaves it for Farber. Farber looks upfield. Serta makes the run. Gamboa out of his area, trying to clear it. Has to retreat to the net as De Souza tries to get it out of the Dallas end. Aguayo's on the ball. He's marked up against the corner by Pittman and Childs. And the official stops play, trying to cool things down just a little bit. We'll get a drop ball here with 10:18 to play in the second. San Diego leading 2-1.
Ray Aguayo not afraid to mix it up over there. He's probably one of the bigger bodies for the Sidekicks defense.
Cleared out to Mujin, who nods it down to the feet of Piedra. Back to Mujin. Mujin has it off the wall. Pino shadows Mujin into the corner. Piedra across the San Diego line, leaving it for Mujin. And now sent to the center circle where Segura sweeps it over to Lipe. Lipe puts it into the area for Mujin, trying to get it on the left foot of Lipe, taken away by Pittman. Pittman makes the run up the right side, and gets inside the Dallas line. Gamboa is quick to clear it and finds De La Gala right in the center circle. He bats it right, and there's another shot from just inside halfway. That one into the seats.
I was going to say that one. That was not the prettiest shot, I think. From, who was that? Ordonez that took that shot, I believe.
And that allows Dallas to make a change.
Yeah.
That was a long shift that was winding down, so that's not a bad play.
De La Gala, Ordonez, names that we might see a lot of here in the coming seasons. Not ones we're not necessarily familiar with right now.
Pino sends that back to the keeper, Pardo. Pino getting pressure. Back to the keeper, Pardo. Keeps it on the ground up the right side to De Oliveira. Oliveira with a nice pass to the top of the arc, and then it's a one-touch pass to Bond. A little back heel pass to De Oliveira. Thought he tripped on the ball, but they're going to call a foul.
Yeah, I thought that was more himself tripping on the ball. I agree, Pete. But they're going to get the foul. Good job, no card or anything like that. Leo trying to sell it a little bit. Yeah, a little bit of a kick on that left foot by Almendarez Victor, but it didn't seem too egregious to me.
Childs will get the free kick. Just over 9 minutes remaining in the second quarter. San Diego looking to add to a 2-1 lead.
Victor Almendarez, his first
Childs puts it into the area, deflects to the corner, sent across the face of goal to Ube Peripovic, and he'll send it all the way back to Pardo.
Man, Childs is just lethal on those set pieces. I was going to say for a second, thank goodness it's not top of the arc, but man, he gave him another good opportunity, Pete.
Yeah, you don't want to give him a set piece. That goes through the legs of Farber, who dummies it, lets it go to Childs. He sends it inside the Dallas line. Ricardinho is able to tap it back to Gamboa, who sends a wall pass to Ricardinho. He heads it forward to De La Gala. De La Gala gets pinned up against the boards.
Yeah, he got fouled there. The San Diego Sockers don't like it.
99, Slavisa Ubi, his second of the game.
Ubi Peripovic took him down. Thought a good call.
Aguayo battling in front of the Dallas bench. Goes down, and now D'Souza got an elbow into the face from Reza.
San Diego foul, call number 17.
To me, that's a clear above the neck contact, and I can only Felipe not happy because Velez is kind of, I think, indicating you're fine, but he's bleeding. And you could see it here.
He's not accepting the apologies that San Diego's offering.
That was an elbow directly to the face, and that's supposed to be an immediate blue card with a 2-minute penalty for the Dallas Sidekicks, but not assessed here tonight. And something
they were looking at the foul that occurred where Lipe was the victim, and I don't know that the officials saw what happened to D'Souza.
I think you're right. I think they missed it.
He was showing the officials the blood.
Blood, yeah. It's one of those you can't manifest the blood.
Here's Lipe to the attacking line, sending it to the right side to the captain Ricardinho. He feathers it back to the right wing boards. Segura sends it right back to Ricardinho, and now Lipe moves in. Pittman with the steal, and Lipe got stepped on. Here comes Pittman up the middle. Pittman's getting pushed by Segura. He veers right to Velez. Velez moving in, fires, and at the back post, it just misses.
Yeah, and
that was Farber on the back post who was unable to get the finish.
Sorry, and to me, you've got to call that. I mean, the ball was nowhere near Lipe de Andrade when Velez took his foot out, and Lipe is still on the ground in pain. He has not gotten up. And I think, to me, that's an inexcusable miss by the referee there. You got to see that. The player went down. The ball was nowhere near the player.
And now, fans,
and he's certainly not embellishing.
Back to the field, your game day host. Here's
not impressed thus far with the referee group, Pete.
Right,
that's a couple
guys,
of misses, frankly. At least blue cards, 2 minutes. And we just hope Lipe's okay now, because Lipe. He's so important with his feet and his footwork.
We've already seen that on display. Accounting for the Dallas goal as they trail 2-1. and a side that's been beset by injuries. The last thing they want to see is Lipe go down, and he's saying the same thing you're saying.
Yeah.
That's got to be a blue card.
Yeah, and it was. It's the textbook definition of a blue card. He limps over. He looks like he's going to try to walk it off, but
we got one more, guys.
and you got especially the players. Look, I get it. Felipe D'Souza, Lipe De Andrade. They're rookies. I understand. Maybe you don't want to give the rookie, but you know, look, a foul is a foul is a foul, rookie or not.
Ricardinho was talking with the officials and now talking with some of the Sockers.
Yeah, Salvaggio's going there,
There it is,
lobbying.
guys.
I saw
There's your
Simone
swag.
Bozes
All
go
right, go
lobby.
Kicks.
There.
Let's hear it.
Everyone's trying to get their word in.
The Dallas Sidekicks are trailing San Diego 2-1. Play resumes with 7:35 to play in the second period. San Diego 2, Dallas 1. Piedra to Gamboa. As Dallas looks to get an equalizer here in the second period, Gamboa sends a ball into the corner that skips away from Almendares through the area to Serta of San Diego. Serta not able to get past Quintana, and a foul call.
Wow.
Dallas foul, calling number 17.
I mean, to me, that,
Christian
you know, that's
Quintana,
a
his
using
first
your
of the
body
game.
to shield off the guy. Typically, that isn't called. And man, I hope we don't see one of these, Pete. You know, the referees just take over the game.
With what we've seen that's not been called, they called that.
Yeah.
Bond on his left foot chips it into the area, and then that gets cleared into the seats, and look out. There's going to be a restart from the top of the penalty arc, and we saw San Diego capitalize on this twice at Mesquite on Friday.
Yeah, there's a black cloud forming over the Sidekicks right now. And it amazingly, it looks like Ubi Peripovic is going to take this because Childs was
I'd keep an eye on Childs over there on the left wing.
Yep. Okay.
No, this is Childs with the approach. Fires and just over the crossbar.
Man, he just makes it look so easy. Just a little high.
Defense.
Bardo controls it.
Yeah, Childs is. I'd get it. I'd want him on my team just for that. You know, every time.
Well, that's kind of what Ricardinho is for Dallas, a veteran that's a master of the restart. D'Souza blast away. Ubi Peripovic has the block. Sliding tackle by Farber, but unable to win the ball, and D'Souza chases it down for Dallas. The Sidekicks make changes on the fly.
Great job defensively by Slavisa, man. He, a couple moves by Felipe, didn't bite at all, and just the block and clear. Beautiful job.
Piedra leaves it for Lipe. Lipe across halfway. Piedra along the boards on the right side. Switches it back left to Lipe. Moving in on Velez. To the right. Oh, he just missed with the right foot.
Inches left. My goodness, what a shot and an opportunity in Pardo. He couldn't get there. He didn't get there.
Ordonez chases it down for Dallas, and the Sidekicks get it right back to Lipe, who finds D'Souza atop the penalty arc. It's a loose ball with Ubi Peripovic down,
job.
And now a blue card coming out.
Absolutely. The late hit by Velez. There was a foul called. Velez came flying in and
Dallas
absolutely
foul, called
destroyed
number 90,
Felipe
Lipe, his
D'Souza
first of the
once
game.
again with an elbow. Rightfully so, this time called, not the first time. That is the second
San
time
Diego
Felipe D'Souza
penalty called
has
on
been
number
hit with a high
16,
elbow.
Eduardo
Jim
Velez
Mills
for
pulling out the blue
contact
card
above
with
the
5:54 to play in the second.
Just again,
With
right
that
across
San
the face,
Diego
a
penalty,
clear
your
punch
Dallas
to the
Sidekicks
face.
are
That should be a
on the
multi-game
power
suspension.
play.
No doubt whatsoever. There was intent, and that left arm directly across Felipe D'Souza's nose. That is absolutely ridiculous. Shame on you, Velez. Absolutely no call for that. And frankly, Pete, to be honest with you, I'm going to get on a little bit of a soapbox. Had that been called perhaps the first time, it might not have happened a second time. I don't know. We can speculate. But just this a clear punch to the face.
New
And he should be
vodka.
ejected,
That's
frankly.
NUE for
Should
those
be
of
red.
you not
Yeah.
in the know.
No question about it.
Sunday Funday partner and is made
Simone
right
Bozos
here
is
in
hot
Dallas.
as he should
It's
be.
award-winning and 6 times distilled as well as
Where's the great
gluten-free.
Ryan Seagich when we need him?
Local. Dallas
D'Souza's going to
Sidekicks
look
and
worse than
Dallas
Wilder
New
did
Vodka,
last
the
night at the end of
I'll
perfect
tell you, man.
combination.
Yeah, it's a good fight. And the thing is, Felipe, he didn't. I'm watching him. There wasn't anything that he did to really, just cheap shot Velez. That wasn't a, hey, he spit on me or he kicked me in the groin or something. That was just a welcome to the league rookie moment. And
D'Souza giving it the thumbs up, telling his teammates he's okay.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll see him back here in the game. Dallas will go on the power play. They're 7 of 19 with a man advantage, so that's an area where they've really improved because they were really sluggish at the beginning of the year on the power play.
Yeah, they were, and 50% penalty kill for San Diego. So they'll make some mistakes on the penalty kill. So
yep, they've only killed off 16 of the 32. So Dallas has the man advantage, maybe a chance to get the equalizer with 5:44 to play. The Sidekicks coming out of their own end. Ricardinho controls it halfway, and the officials stop play. Is that going to be too many men?
I think it's going to be too many men. Unbelievable. I think it's going to be too many men, and to me, it was seconds away, and we're just seeing the referees take over this game right now. This is not what we want from the MASL. The referees are basically saying we're going to take control of the game. We're not going to allow the players to play. We're not going to call obvious blue cards. So they just gave a bench warning, I believe, to Simone Bozos in addition to too many men.
And that's not the first time Bozos has been yellow carded this year.
Yeah. For misconduct.
Victor Almendarez will serve it.
Dallas.
It's just this is the thing, Pete, where you say, oh,
penalty will be served by number 89.
You can't allow it.
Victor
You can't allow it.
So an opportunity to play with a man advantage goes by the boards. We'll play 4-on-4 for 1:39 here. Ubi Peripovic sends it into the area, and that'll be cleared by Dallas. Ahead to Lipe from Mujin, but it's taken away by Pino. Pino runs into Ricardinho.
Dallas foul called on number 79.
And Ricardinho called for the foul.
Of the game.
I agree the way you saw it, Pete, but the Sidekicks get the foul called against them.
Free kick San Diego. Pino restarting play by sending it back to Pardo. 4-on-4 for another 1:20. And then San Diego will have a man advantage for 17 seconds. This is Serta. He's got an assist, looking for a goal, but Gamboa comes out and gets on top of the ball, but they're calling a foul just outside the penalty arc and giving San Diego a free kick.
Wow.
Dallas foul.
And there was a bit of a tug. So there was definitely a tug, but was it enough to stop? Was it enough to change the play?
Defense.
No, I don't think so.
Defense.
But there certainly was a tug.
Defense.
Ubi Parapovic is behind the ball. Childs is working his way to the post to the left of Ubi Parapovic, who drives it in. Gamboa stops it.
Wow.
Dead on arrival.
Great job by Juan. Just closed down on that thing and stopped it. Keeping his team in it again. Man, that thing had some velocity on it too. And just to be able to get his knee down and halt the ball.
Still 4-on-4 for 50 seconds. De Oliveira wins the ball as De La Gala is spun to the ground. It's sent to Serta across halfway, gets to the attack line, feeds Ubi Peripovic, who lays it back, and Contreras fires. Gamboa knocks it down. Gamboa controls 30 seconds of more 4-on-4. Gamboa getting it from Ricardinho, pushes it ahead. 19 seconds left in the 4-on-4. Ball sent into space, and De La Gala runs up onto it. It's into the area, but grabbed by Pardo. He'll roll it ahead to Ubi Peripovic.
And some good work there by De La Gala, running down. Got that shot off the wall, looking for Christian Quintana in the middle. Christian just missing with his head.
Serta just holding the ball as now the Sockers have the man advantage, but time is running out. Now the officials stop play.
And not sure what's being debated at this point.
3:44 remaining in the second quarter. San Diego with a 2-1 lead. Did San Diego end up with too many men?
No, we can't read lips, unfortunately, folks. We'd love to tell you what's going on, but Simone Bozos and Jesse Yamas are certainly animated on their bench.
San Diego getting a free kick. 7 seconds of a power play for the Sockers.
And they're still wanting the Sidekicks are wanting an explanation. I think you're right, Pete. I think they thought they saw too many men on the field.
Childs fires it in. It's deflected. Contreras not able to get a head on it. It comes to the
Both
feet of Pittman. He
teams at
fires
full
on an
strength.
angle. Ricardinho stops it. Gamboa gathers and distributes. Almendares running to the corner. A one-timer knocked down by Pardo.
That's a handball, absolutely. And what a save by
San
Rick
Diego
Cardino on the
foul,
other
number
end.
29,
He just saved the
Cesar
goal
Serta,
there, no
his
doubt
first of the
about it.
game.
And Victor Almendares, great job running down the left, taking that shot, sticking with it.
Serta with the handball, and now Ricardinho will get a restart just outside the area on the left side. He's got Lipe to his right. He's got Mujin on the back post. Almendares at the top of the penalty arc. And it's Almendares who gets
Yes,
it across! Oh,
That's
they're
a
saying
cross.
it did not go across the line!
I completely disagree. We are right on the line, and that ball was 100% across. I could see it. I could see White on the other side of the ball on the line. That's a cross. That should be a goal.
Sure looked like there was space between the white line and the ball. Now the whole ball has to go across the whole line to be a goal, and the officials say no goal.
Yeah.
Dallas was a fraction of an inch away from tying this game. They may still be able to get the equalizer here. Almendares juggling it in the area, but can't control it, and San Diego goes on a counterattack. Z. Roberto sends it out into space. Bond catches up to it. Bond off the end boards. Segura sends it out of play.
Man, just not now, but dangerous moment there with Taylor Bond lurking down.
Here's
and
the replay.
And you can see this ball is a cross,
Oh,
100% across. I am telling you right now, the referees just stole a goal from the Dallas Sidekicks. There is no doubt about it. That's a cross, and we should absolutely. This is one of those moments where you say, "Gosh, could we get a replay?" Yeah, and the Sidekicks fans saw that replay when we did. They are not happy. Juan Gamboa, the leader of the team out there, is saying, "Guys, calm down, settle down." We just got a yellow card for Jonathan Segura, probably for dissent.
No doubt.
My guess is he said something like that ball was a goal, but maybe more emphatically, Pete.
May have added a few frills and dressings. I mean, the last thing Dallas needed was to get robbed again.
Yeah. Unbelievable. Boy.
Well, and this could end up being a goal because Childs is getting a restart at the top of the penalty arc.
Yeah.
After the ball was cleared out of play. Childs winds up, hesitates, lays it off to the left wing side, and the Pittman shot is blocked, and that bounces over the wall in front of the San Diego bench. Sockers will make changes. By the way, we're back to even strength.
Defense.
That's the first time we've seen Craig Childs not bury in 2 games, not bury a shot from the top of the arc.
We saw him set up Pittman on Friday night in Mesquite.
Yep.
For one of their goals, and then he just buried one himself from the top of the arc as well. He's got it in the corner here, trying to play a wall pass, but it's intercepted by Quintana. And that ends up over the glass. And a restart coming with 2:08 to play in the second quarter.
Nice job by Ray Aguayo, the defender there, jumping back on Childs, not allowing him space to move. Ray's having a great season as a defender.
Gamboa finds Ricardinho, who's got time and space. Moves slowly up the left flank to the center circle. Finds Quintana. Back to Ricardinho. To Lipe in front of the Dallas bench. Gutierrez there marking along with Childs. Ricardinho plays it to the top of the penalty arc. Almendare's not able to control it. Lipe chases it down at halfway with 1:33 to play. Time winding down after giving up goals in the first 94 seconds and falling behind 2-0. Dallas has done a nice job getting themselves back into this game, and in fact, should have tied the game if the officials had made the right call.
Tied it and had an extra 2 minutes.
Quintana to Ricardinho. He plays it inside the San Diego line. Ordonez gets it to Lipe. Lipe has the goal for Dallas. Ricardinho to Quintana, a one-timer high. The rebound comes out to Lipe, who side boots it to Ordonez. 51 seconds left.
Andy's getting some good work on the shift.
Lipe with a shot that's deflected to the corner. Quintana trying to send it back into the area where Almendares is set up, but that's deflected out of play behind Pardo.
Yeah, I think Andy Ordonez had a really nice shift there. A couple times he retained possession. You know, rookie, not many minutes. Really an impressive little stint there. Little work for him. Good job by the rookie.
Free kick coming from the corner for Ricardinho. Into the area, one-timer, and it's Mujan who scores, and we're tied 2-2.
Nice job by Ricardinho. Capitan just sliding it across. Mujan making the run and with his left foot sticking it out. Guess what? Freddie Mujan, right place, right time, gets a goal. The guy just does it over and over again. You got to love him for the Dallas Sidekicks.
No doubt about this one. Put it on the board. We're not at 2-2.
Scored by number 88.
Look at that. Just a goal scorer's goal. Freddie, it's off his head, it's off his chest. It's off his head. Not always the prettiest goals necessarily, but man, he's always in that right spot.
Ricardinho.
So Childs and Pittman scored 94 seconds into the game for San Diego, and now Dallas has come back with goals from Lipe and Mujan. Ricardinho setting up the Mujan goal. All the goals have been even strength. Long ball into the corner. Gamboa grabs it in the area. We're down to the final 30 seconds of the first half. Gamboa with distribution beyond halfway looking for De La Gala. That'll get sent back to Pardo. 22 seconds left in the half. Contreras plays it up the middle to De Oliveira. De Oliveira not able to shake Quintana, sent to Contreras. Contreras gets to the attacking line, plays it left. Time running out, down to the final 4 seconds. De Oliveira with a shot that's blocked, and time runs out. Here at the Allen Event Center, we played one half.
The end of the
Childs and Pittman scoring early. Lipe with a goal at 3:16 of the second. Mujan with a goal at 14:20 of the second. They're all even strength goals, and it's a 2-2 tie. Each team with 12 shots. Dallas out shooting San Diego in the second quarter, 7-5.
Yeah, and I think the soccer gods, frankly, were smiling upon the Dallas Sidekicks there, getting in that second goal, that tying goal, because, man, we just saw some tough moments for the Sidekicks with the goal not called a goal, and then you had the blue card, frankly, elbow to Felipe de Souza's head, wasn't called there as well. So, you know, I love that it's notched up. Frankly, the Sidekicks should be up 3-2 heading into the halftime, but you know what? At least they're not down.
Hey, everything going against them.
Yeah.
They rise to the occasion. So I think Simone Bowes is obviously not happy with the officials, but I think going to be very pleased with the way his team responded. Speaking of guys who know about controversy and officials, Skin Wade's going to join you here at the half.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. The great Jeff Skin Wade, man, one of the fine gentlemen on all of sports media. here in Dallas. Many of you know that
now,
he's
fans,
a big part of the Dallas
welcome
Mavericks
back to the field, the
game
hottest
day
dance team in the
operations,
NASL,
and he just
your
got a new
Dallas
home. I'm going to hold that off. I'm going to tease you guys a little bit.
Right
He's
on.
got a new home that I'm pretty stoked about because I know the folks over there. But the great Jeff Skinwade. How you doing, my friend?
Mateo, good to see you, and Pete. It's awesome to be here, man. And well, I tell you what, this is a lot of fun.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, this is my first Sidekicks game in a really long time.
Okay, I was going to ask you, how many you'd been to, and
so I used to go frequently in the Reunion Arena.
Yeah,
days,
yeah,
which I
absolutely.
think, like most people my age, did that frequently. But this is the first time I've been in a really long time, and it is a blast. And I've got my kids here, and some of the parents that we did soccer with, and Allen Sports Association are here, and we're having a really good time.
That's awesome. And you got to do the honorary kickoff, which is a high honor.
It is.
Mean, they don't let just anybody do that.
No,
so.
they don't. And I made the mistake of immediately deferring to my son Desmond to do it for me. So I didn't really get the full prestige of it. My son just took it from me.
But he had good form.
He did.
I saw he pushed it across there.
He was asking a lot of questions. He was like, "Am I kicking? What am I doing here? Just go with it, son. Just whenever
kick the goal.
Whenever they give you the green light, you do your thing, buddy."
Well, Jeff, I know you and of course your partner Ben Rogers have moved recently.
Yes.
97 won the Eagle, a place that's near and dear to my heart. The great Cindy Skull in the morning. I did some sports updates for her back in the day, and
Cindy's awesome.
So talk a little bit about your new home and moving over.
Yeah, well, it's kind of interesting. We're sitting here talking about Dallas brands, right? Sidekicks it's a Dallas brand.
Yep.
The Eagle is a Dallas brand. I grew up here, and I listened to 97.1 when Kid Craddock was doing nights.
That's right.
When I was junior high age.
There you go.
And so it's a legendary station, and the door sort of opened. Russ Martin's been over there for a while, and Ben and I worked with him for a little bit at Live 105, and it's before it flipped over to the Fan, and that's obviously how Ben and I ended up at the Fan. But we were looking to do something that we just felt was more creative.
Yep.
And no knock to anybody else or what they do, but Ben and I like to really push the envelope, so to speak, and it felt like we needed a new home to do that. And we were, we were at the old station until October 25th was our last day on the air. But about a week or two before that, iHeart sort of dropped out of nowhere. And
nice.
They were interested, and so we were interested, and it all materialized really, really quickly. We've been on the air now 2 weeks. We're 2 to 5, and we brought KT with us, our producer from the Fan.
Yes.
And we added Christina Ray, who had worked he worked for Cumulus, so she'd done stuff with the ticket. And
right.
KSCS, and she's our producer, and so we're having a lot of fun, man.
That's
2 weeks
awesome.
into this thing, we're really digging.
And I've caught it, and you guys, of course. The thing is, you can't just manufacture the chemistry you and Ben and KT Fun Tweets have. I mean, it's just you have chemistry or you don't.
I agree.
And you guys just have that thing.
It's really easy for me and Ben because we've known each other, for now, 3/4 of our lives, which is pretty crazy.
Right.
And we've done a lot of different creative things together, whether it's music or sports or whatever. And so me and Ben can operate together very easily. We've now worked with KT for 7.5 years, and, he fits right in with us.
Yeah.
And he's also very different than me and Ben, so he adds a different perspective, which is good. And KT actually went to college with Christina, so they've known each other for a long time, and they played music together.
Gotcha.
So, it's only 2 weeks in, but we knew we would fit with KT. What we're really excited about is how well Christina fits with us as well.
That's awesome.
And she's a total rocker chick, so she fits in. She's a good guitar player.
Yeah.
So she fits right in with the Eagle. And I think people are probably confused. What is this? What's it going to be?
That's exactly what I was going to ask you, because it seems like, is it sports? Because you guys are sports genius, frankly. Let's just be honest.
Thank you for saying that.
But you also are entertaining. So are you kind of bringing in different pieces? What are you doing?
So I would say trying to define what it is it's just the Ben and Skin show, and we're going to do whatever we feel like doing at the moment.
Awesome.
And so there's still going to be lots of sports. In the first 2 weeks, we had Romo on, we had Dirk on, we had Mark Cuban on, we had Travis Frederick on. I mean, check with any sports station in the world. That's a pretty good get for 2 weeks. So we're still going to be doing lots of sports. But, we like to the main thing is I want to have fun. Ben wants to have fun. KT wants to have fun. And we don't want to put any governor on what that is or isn't. And so
creative control is the phrase, right? And I love that. I think that's
also,
great.
iHeart's got a really good app for streaming as well as podcasts.
The iHeartRadio app is incredible.
Yeah, so we're going to be doing a lot of specialty sports podcasts.
Oh, cool.
Because, I think the way I look at radio is I feel like it's very similar to what's happening with cable television. And I feel like things are becoming more and more on demand.
Right.
And so what Ben and I wanted to do and what we'd been talking about doing was, so our demo is men 25-54.
Right.
We'll talk to a 25-year-old and talk to a 54-year-old, and they're nothing alike.
Nothing.
They're nothing alike. And so as people's habits change, people that are more my age are stubborn.
Yeah.
I still get the newspaper.
You're right.
It is delivered to my house.
You're the guy.
I'm the
That's
guy.
That's awesome.
But people at the older end of the demo are more set in their ways.
Yeah.
And people in the younger end of the demo are like, what are you cavemen doing? So
let's talk about esports today.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, all those things, but also like the ways in which you get what you want.
Right.
And so, Ben and I were very interested in whatever we were going to do next, kind of weaning the older part of the demo more towards on-demand type content, because that's where it's going.
Well, and that's a great point. And look, this broadcast today, YouTube, MASL.TV,
yes.
The new media, and I couldn't agree with you more. To me, the new media, you've got to adapt, you've got to go there. And I couldn't think of two of the nicer guys in Dallas media. And that's the reason why people like you guys and listen so much. I will say genuinely, of all the media folks I've met in Dallas and had a chance to interact with, the two of you and Ben, you're so humble, you're so down to earth, and what you see, what you hear with you on the air is exactly what you get in person. And just from all the guys like me that are maybe not full-time sports media, or just thank you for being those guys that you never treat anyone less than, and you guys are big time and everybody loves you, but man, you're so approachable, and that's just what I think people love about the two of you.
Well, I those are very nice words, and I very much appreciate it. But I think one of the reasons maybe Ben and I are kind of the same as we've always been is that you kind of got to get lucky in this business.
Yeah.
And so he and I got lucky.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And so we've done the thing where it's our third job. As you have two other jobs.
I'm well aware.
You know the drill. And so it's like there's no reason to change if you have a little bit of success, because it can go away pretty quick.
Yeah.
And so we really recognize how lucky we are to get to do what we do. And so. And, dude, we're from here. If we change, then our friends would call us out and make fun of us. So we can't really do that.
They know where you live.
Yeah, they know where we live.
You're right. Fame is fleeting, but I'll tell you, you guys, you and Ben both, and I'm so happy for you on 97.1 The Eagle. I love those folks at 97.1.
Thank you,
and,
man.
I mean, when greatness gets together, it's just a beautiful thing, right?
It is, man. Thank you so much. We're excited.
Thanks for coming on today. Any last shout-outs or anything that you want to give?
I want to give a shout-out to the great people of Allen. It's so nice that the Dallas Sidekicks are in the community where I live. This is a great, great event. As you guys know, I'm a big Donnie Nelson fanboy, and he's part of Sidekicks ownership. And so this is just a great way to spend a weekend afternoon with family. This is awesome.
Awesome. Absolutely agree. Jeff Skinway,
hey,
always a pleasure, my friend.
Absolutely.
Come back anytime, and we wish you guys continued success.
Hey, man, thanks for popping me on. I appreciate it.
There he goes, the great Jeff Skinwade here at halftime. He's a Dallas sports legend for those that are listening in San Diego. Trust me, one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet, on or off the camera, and we just love bringing him here into the fold. The Dallas Sidekicks, the franchise, has been around for so many years, and so many folks grew up. I didn't say this with Jeff on, but he and I are pretty close in age, and so I also was growing up at the Reunion Arena watching these Dallas Sidekicks, and just a thrill to have him on. Pete, I know you've had a chance to work with that guy many times, and had an opportunity to talk to him, and what a great guy.
Well, let me tell you that they're two complete jerks, and I hated working with him. He's not even.
He didn't hear you. He didn't hear you at all.
He's not even paying attention to me.
No, he'll hear it later.
No, they're great, and actually, I was with them on the first day that the fan was on the air.
Wow! Look at that! Look at that! I didn't know that. That's awesome.
That's going back, and we went through. We went through some program directors together, but that's a whole other story. Let's take you around the league and see what else is happening in the MASL. Here, it's the Dallas Sidekicks and the San Diego Sockers in a 2-2 draw. William Exe and Dominic Francis each scored 3 goals, and Harrisburg improved to 6-1 at home this season by defeating Orlando 11-8. Despite being outscored 5-2 in the fourth quarter, Orlando suffered its 10th consecutive defeat. Harrisburg 5th in the East with 2 games in hand on Baltimore, Both teams with 7 losses. The two sides meeting this afternoon. And updating that, we'll see if there's a score 2 update for you from that game. And Harrisburg has struck first at the PA Farm Show Arena. Harrisburg is leading 1-0 as they move into the latter stages of the first quarter there in Harrisburg. So a big game for both the Heat and the Blast as they battle for that final playoff position. Marcel Berry scoring for Harrisburg today. Baltimore comes in with a 3-game winning streak. They needed overtime to beat Rochester. The Blast overcame a 2-0 deficit with a 5-goal run, but conceded 3 straight goals in the fourth quarter, including 2 power play goals as the Lancers forced overtime. But Juan Pereira scored the game-winning goal 55 seconds into the extra period. Rochester remains winless this season and is hosting Utica City this afternoon. Utica City, with a 6-game winning streak, nipping at the heels of the Florida Tropics atop the Eastern Division. And Utica City has beaten Rochester this afternoon 7-2. They dominated the first 3 meetings with Rochester, including an 8-2 victory on Friday night when Nate Bardot scored 3 goals, and Christian finished with 3 goals and 2 assists in the victory. Utica outshot Rochester 38-25, including 14-4 in the first quarter of that match. They jumped out to an early 2-0 lead in that game on Friday night. Rochester having to play 3 games in 3 days because of the way the schedule was structured. Today, Uros Momech had 2 goals and an assist, and Christian Segura finished with a hat trick, netting 3 goals as Utica scored the final 4 goals of the game to win it 7-2. And they outshot Rochester 16-13. Rochester was shut out in the second half of that game. They were down 4-2 at the half, and they end up losing it 7-2. Milwaukee right now sitting 3rd in the East with back-to-back victories, including a 6-5 win over Florida last week. The Wave got another 1-goal victory Friday night, defeating Kansas City in overtime 7-6. Chad Vandergrift scored the game winner at 2:15 of overtime. Ian Bennett scored 3 more goals for the Wave. He's now 3rd in the league with 31 goals. Milwaukee is home today, taking on the St. Louis Ambush, and it's been a big day for the Wave so far, and that's gone final now. Milwaukee has beaten St. Louis 12-6, and Ian Bennett scored 6 more goals, picking up a first star in that game for Milwaukee. Max Ferdinand has to settle for a second star, getting 2 goals and 3 assists, and Luan Oliveira had 2 goals and an assist as the Wave outshoots St. Louis 38-29, outscored St. Louis in the second half 9-2. They trailed at halftime of that game 4-3, but go on to win it 12-6. Ontario seeking a 6th straight win at Kansas City this afternoon after defeating the Ambush Friday 7-4. Frank Tayo scoring 3 more goals for the Fury. He leads the league with 37 goals coming into the day. Tayo with 3 goals in 3 straight games. He has 16 points in that span, 8 of those coming at the expense of the Sidekicks. Kansas City facing Ontario for the first time. The Comets entering today with an 8-8 record, 6-1 at home, but the Fury proving to be a little bit too much for Kansas City right now. The Fury lead that game 7-3. The Comets out shooting the Fury 17-14 as they've gone to the second half. Ontario with a 4-goal lead. And I was just looking to see, Frank Tayo has scored again, no surprise there. Gio Lee's also got a couple of goals in that game. Leo Gibson has scored a shootout goal for Kansas City. Tayo is leading the star points race, coming into today with 260 points, 7 first stars, 2 second stars, and a third. Bennett now has 250 star points after today, a 6-goal performance. Leo Gibson coming into the day 3rd with 200 points. Craig Childs of San Diego has 170 star points, and Juan Gamboa of Dallas has 60 for the Sidekicks, and Gamboa has been really good today after 2 early shots got past him in the first 94 seconds. He's been spectacular, allowing the Sidekicks to come back and tie this game 2-2.
Yeah, and what you love about Juan Gamboa, he never gets too high, never gets too low. He's just Mr. Cool, even keel, and that's just, frankly, when you got a team full of rookies, that's what you need. You need a veteran guy who's just going to say, hey, guys, calm down. The referee missed a couple calls. I mean, I got to be honest. I was following Juan's lead up here in the media booth because I'm getting all fired up, and he goes out. He's like, guys, calm down, calm down. So, that's what you love about Juan. And in addition to the great stops, he also brings kind of a calm, cool presence as well.
San Diego will get us started here in the third quarter. They're out shooting the Sidekicks 13-12. They have 6 blocks, the Sidekicks with 3. 17 first half fouls, 10 called against the Sockers and 7 against the Sidekicks.
And the Sidekicks just have to pretend like that first half just never happened with the refs. Don't even think about it. Don't talk about it. Just forget about it and just keep moving forward. You're tied 2-2. This game is anybody's game. And Simone Bozas, in spite of the ref situation, he's got to be very pleased with how his team bounced back and played in that first half.
Lipe and Mujin got goals in the second quarter after Childs and Pittman scored in the first 94 seconds, but San Diego has not scored since Pittman tallied at a minute 34 of the first quarter. We're 35 seconds into the second half, and Dallas has won possession. Ricardinho has it in the midfield, plays it to Ordonez. Ordonez gets to the attacking line and puts one just over the crossbar. That was a riser that was on frame until the last second.
Well, a sneaky little play from Ordonez. Man, he did a couple rights, right, left, and a shot. Nice play.
Ricardinho plays it to the top of the penalty arc. That gets sent back to Ordonez into the area where Armendariz is working. Oh, pardon me, that's Mujin. And Ubi Parapovic plays it back.
Yeah, Ordonez, some nice shifts today, Pete. Some very nice shifts on the power play. And again here, somebody that, again, developing and
that was Armendariz, by the way. It is 89.
Oh, yeah. Hey, listen. It's 88-89 with this font. Looks very similar.
I don't know why I didn't trust myself.
Yeah, you should.
Contreras plays it up the middle.
I trust you, Pete.
I appreciate that. Bond trying to send it into the area but couldn't find a teammate. Then De Oliveira gets a shot, but only after a whistle. Gamboa still made a nice save.
I was just going to say, he still made the save. The whistle called it dead, but Gamboa, he's not going to let anything in, man.
Here's Aguayo pushing it ahead. Gets to halfway. Pittman keeps an eye on him. Goes to Piedra. Pressured by De Oliveira. Piedra moves to the Dallas side of halfway. Holds the ball, looks for some movement, now goes left. And coming to the right side for Dallas, having not played much in the first half.
Yeah, that's number 29, Ray Aguayo on the right side. Did a good job kind of chipping up. And
that's a ball for Farber that he heads it. Play to the corner. That goes to De Oliveira. A shot.
Oh!
And that one went across the goal line.
Did it? Okay, all right. It bounced out so quickly. I almost didn't even see it there, Pete. We got to see the replay here.
San Diego goal scored by number 11.
They're definitely calling it on the field as a goal.
3-2 lead for San Diego.
And here's the replay. Leo, nice move. And, yeah, clearly in the back. Actually, the back left. Man, it wasn't even close. I actually thought it hit off the near post. But, man, that was a lethal. Nice little move by Leo. Pulling San Diego ahead 3-2 now.
Just over 12 minutes to play.
And Lipe, nice move.
To the corner. Sent back to Ricardinho.
And they probably like to see, they might see Gamboa do that thing where he comes up in the middle and drops it deep. Maybe later in the third, maybe the fourth.
Into the penalty arc. There's Mujin being tugged on by Z. Roberto, but Mugin able to maintain possession, fending off Z. Roberto, looking for some support. Going into the area is Ordonez, but diving on top of the ball is Pardo.
Well, a great play there by Freddie Mugin, just holding the ball, just being patient, waiting for that run.
Bond goes down, back up on his feet in the corner, loses it to Quintana, and gets twisted to the turf. Bond draws the whistle.
Yeah,
Dallas foul.
There's probably a few plays there that could have been called a foul. Taylor Bond, good work on the boards.
This is played back to Pino.
Defense.
Ubi Parapovic to Childs off the inboards. Dallas is able to get it cleared. It gets only as far as Pino. Up the right wing side. Pino has it. Pino gets around Almendares to the corner. Ricardinho comes over to help out defensively. And Jim Mills blows the whistle.
Yeah.
2 men are down. Ricardinho and Pino.
Yeah, and they butted heads. And I don't know. I had looked away, but they definitely butted heads. But the question is anybody going to get a card? I think what happened was Ricardinho put his head down. Pino went to run, and they literally just collided heads. Never a good feeling. I don't care how soft it is. But you collide heads, and you're gonna feel that.
Miguel Teos did not play much in the first half. We saw him on the field a moment ago, and he's coming back out now.
Both players getting a blue card. Both players getting blue cards. So
2 minutes for contact above the shoulder.
Interesting.
Dallas penalty called on
Segura
number
is
79,
also in there,
Ricardinho.
serving a 5-minute
contact
yellow
above
card.
The shoulder.
Descent.
Both teams remain at even strength.
Okay, so they're going to remain even strength is what they're saying. Well, but that's not.
It's even strength, but it's 4 on 4.
4 on 4, right? Yeah. Thanks. And here you go. I don't know, Peter. Is that card worthy? I get it. It's above the head, but above the neck, but I don't think either player went into headbutt on purpose.
Lipe unable to get past Childs, but Lipe was really showing his speed down the left flank. Childs able to keep up with him, though. Serta to De Oliveira. A wall pass inside the attack line to Farber, who switches it to Serta. To Farber. He whiffed on it. Comes off the inboards. Mugin not able to clear it. And then Mugin runs into Ubi Parapovic, who plays it to Farber. Play continues.
Oh, unfortunate there because I think he had Andy Ordonez streaking down the right side. If he could have made that wall pass, just wasn't quite hard enough.
De Oliveira plays it to the right wing side. Serta plays it up to the top of the penalty arc. Bond takes a shot, but is denied by Gamboa.
Nice job by Wando.
Outlet to D'Souza. D'Souza seemed to get taken down from behind, but the official says play on. And a shot is deflected wide. That coming off the left foot of Christian Quintana.
Great job by Pardo there. Man, that shot was on point. And Christian Quintana, beautiful job putting it on net. But Pardo was very good. He's one of the best in the business.
Teos comes back up off the bench. Controls the ball and plays it to the left side. Lipe, marked by Pittman, plays it to D'Souza past him and into the hands of Pardo. 8:56 to play. We're in the third quarter, and the Sockers lead 3-2, taking the lead on a De Oliveira goal at 2:41 of the third. It was their first goal since striking twice in the opening 94
Both teams
seconds.
have full strength.
Dallas came back to tie it in the second quarter. The Sidekicks once again trying to come from behind as D'Souza gets spilled.
Yeah, that was an easy push. That's a foul to me.
And yet play continues.
Yeah, right.
So apparently D'Souza's a pinata.
I mean, the guy just never gets fouls. I mean, it's just, he He got the blue card. He got the blue card for the second hit across his face, but they missed the first one. I just noticed something. Number 71, Josh Hernandez for the Sidekicks, is wearing Miguel Teos' jersey.
Okay, that explains it.
Because I was like, that is not Teos. And you may recall that the Sidekicks gear was stolen, and so they've had to do a lot of scrambling this week so
that's
getting,
Hernandez. Okay,
yes.
Now it's all starting to make sense.
Right. And I was like, I could see yours and my confusion both. We're looking at each other like, what is happening here?
Good call, Matt.
Mm-hmm. I get one every once in a while on a full moon and a rare occasion.
This is Lipe. So my apologies. That is Hernandez. But we didn't see him in the first half.
Not at all. Not at all. He wasn't in there. And with Kleber Bismarck out with an injury, I kind of thought he'd play a little more.
Here's Lipe firing and scoring! Lipe, his second goal of the game, has tied it at 3 with 7:20 to play in the third.
Lipe de Andrade once again running, screaming down the right side, and you can just see the talent this young man has, and that right foot, that lethal right-footed shot and upper 90. Beautiful job by Lipe de Andrade. Now his 12th and 13th goal of the season, leading his team in that category now.
Man, he can hurt you with either foot.
It is. It's really impressive. And you can tell he's one of the guys who's a futsal guy. So you can see that pure kind of short space movement talent, dancing on the ball, etc. But the shot is what, to me, it's so fast. It just explodes off his foot, and you don't expect it.
Run for your lives! This is the stinkiest game we've ever
Lipe's
played.
first goal of the game got Dallas on the board at 3:16 of the second period.
Oh, no!
Mujin would get a goal to tie it with 40 seconds to play in the first half. Then De Oliveira reclaimed the lead for San Diego at 2:41 of the third. And now Lipe has struck again. And Dallas is in a 3-3 tie with San Diego with 7:20 to play in the third.
Yeah, and head coach Simone Bozes, he told me, you never know what to believe, the hype, etc. He kept saying to me, Matt, this guy Lipe, he's the next superstar. And Jesse Yamas, you may recall, went down to Brazil and they did a clinic and were really trying to attract Brazilian players with the help of Ricardinho and others. And Jesse Yamas and both Simone Bozes just over and over again told me what a talent he is. And, boy, he's really coming into his own.
No doubt. And thanks to Lipe, in part, Dallas has scored 3 of the last 4 goals in this game, and they're in a 3-3 tie with San Diego. Remember, we saw them here play a great game against Utica.
Yeah.
Last week.
Great game. One of the best games I've seen the whole season.
Of the season, scored by number 90.
Souza getting that cleared.
Lipe!
It lands at the feet
The
of
goal
Farber.
was
He makes a
unassisted.
really nice play in order to get around the defender, then gets trapped in the corner. It was De La Gala defending Farber, who just kind of lobbed it over him.
Dallas foul called on
And then
number
a foul
79,
called
Ricardinho.
just inside the attack
His
line
third
on
of
the
the
left
game,
wing.
second of the second half.
Ubi Parapovic will restart play with 7 minutes remaining in the third. Into the area, that's cleared away.
Good job,
Ordonez sends it all the way down to Pardo.
Yep. Again.
Defense.
Look out, Ubi Parapovic chested toward De Oliveira, but he sails one into the seats. Oh, and you got to be paying attention.
Fans, the balloon pop is
There are
approaching.
flying
We have
soccer
to-
balls in the arena.
Please wait
Watch
until the
out, head on a
countdown to
swivel.
pop their
Man,
balloon.
Leo kind of laughed about that one because it was so high, but he certainly got some sauce on it when he got when he kicked it out. You can see this little guy. Look at this little guy. He's going to run it all the way down, man.
This may take a while.
He's just loving life though right now. He's loving it, and they're just gonna wait. Just wait for it, and he
got it
look at that, man. I gave him 50-50 odds there, and the little guy muscled it over.
Aguayo to Ricardinho. 6:38 remaining. Sidekicks looking to take the lead for the first time today. Play a ball into the area for Mujin. He lays it out to the right wing. That's Segura to Aguayo. Aguayo to Ricardinho.
That's the other thing. Lipe and Mujin have developed some great chemistry, too. And a nice defensive play by Pittman there.
Yep, San Diego controls, but in their own end. Dallas keeps the high pressure. Pardo plays it over to Pino. Switch to the right side. Reza gets to halfway, sends it ahead to Bond. Bond circles back. Oh, nice ball into space on the overlapping run to Pittman. Off the end glass, but then picked off by Gamboa as it crosses the face of goal. Ricardinho will jog it across his own line as we approach the 5.5-minute mark.
Yeah, Sidekicks are doing a good job on defense, not allowing Childs to kind of operate down there in the middle and distribute, score. They've done a good job of keeping him in check, and that's not easy to do.
Quintana coming into the game. He's open over on the left side, and Gamboa finds him. Quintana moves into San Diego territory. A backheel pass to Ricardinho, beating Childs to the ball. Now Ricardinho sends it in deep. De La Gala with a crossover move. Gets it to his right foot. Plays it to Quintana. Quintana sends it quickly to the top of the arc. Played back to De La Gala.
I think he wanted to hit Christian Quintana and just couldn't do it with the back heel. But Quintana was wide open on the left if he could have got him. A nice run there.
De La Gala retreating, playing it back to Gamboa. Ricardinho will come to the bench, so will De La Gala. Piedra is over the wall. Lipe is back on the floor for the Sidekicks, who are not at 3-3 with second place San Diego. Less than 4.5 minutes to play in the third as Piedra crosses halfway. Now Segura runs onto the field. It's played to Lipe. Piedra at the point.
They're giving Lipe. I think they're giving him a little more respect now. What do you think, Pete?
Yeah, he scored 2 goals here today. They need to give him some respect.
Yeah.
And there he goes, making a run on the give and go. He's marked by Gutierrez. This might be an opportunity developing.
And Brian Farber, he slid and blocked that ball and took every bit of the shot by Victor Almendarez. Gutsy play there by Farber, and a great job. Glad to see him just pop up quickly because, man, Almendarez he loaded up and shot, and he got all of Farber on the ground in that block.
We'll get goalkeeper distribution here for San Diego. Hurls it out to halfway, finds Gutierrez. Serta, Gutierrez running up the right flank to the corner, rims it around, and it's batted away by Gamboa. It goes right back to Gutierrez. Serta moves to the middle. A little give and go here. Serta lays it off for Gutierrez. And are they going to call Gamboa for a handball?
Yeah,
he's outside the area.
They're going to call him, and I mean, it just caught a piece of his arm. I think he's
I don't think that's where you were, Juan.
Yeah, I don't think that's
try.
where you were, my friend. We'll have to see the replay, hopefully,
Dallas
but I'm pretty sure he was past the line.
For handball outside of
and and the thing is, it's frustrating too, Pete. Here we go. Here's the replay, and a left hand outside the line, and Juan is kind of giggling about it a little bit because he goes, I was trying to sell it. He didn't get the Oscar for the
look out, because San Diego could take the lead right here on a child shootout.
Yeah, this is trouble.
Sidekicks have 4 in the circle. San Diego's got 4 outside the circle, and the 5th one into the circle. Well, running through the circle on his way to the penalty box is Mujin to serve the penalty.
Freddie Mujin.
Just unfortunate there.
Childs past Gamboa. Childs on a shootout. Scores a power play goal for San Diego. And the Sockers
San Diego
have a
goal scored by
4-3
number
lead. So it's a
37,
short
Craig
stay in the
Childs.
box
The goal is
for Freddie
unassisted.
Mugent, serving the penalty for Juan Gamboa, called for a handball.
Yeah, and Craig Childs, man, he just
Both teams will
lethal
be now at
on
full
that
strength.
situation. Did a little hesitation, couple of fakes. Juan Gamboa tried to come out, make himself big, but Childs just picks his pocket left side beside him. I mean, that's just lethal and surgical from Craig Childs.
San Diego now 9 for 36 on the power play this season. Every other goal in this match has been even strength. But the 7th goal comes on a Childs shootout and gives the Sockers a 4-3 lead.
You know, in the Sidekicks, they, get your heads up, collect yourselves again. You've been down before. Not this game is certainly not over, not in the least bit.
Yeah, no, we've already seen Dallas overcome a 2-goal deficit in this game.
Yeah.
And they've been behind. Besides that, they fell behind again and came back to tie it. So, yeah, they've been in this situation a couple of times today. Down to the final 2:40 of the third as Ricardinho finds Quintana along the left boards in neutral territory just outside the San Diego line. De La Gala moves in, now retreats. Ricardinho, one-touch pass to the right side for Aguayo. Back to Ricardinho quickly. Up the left side for Mugent. Mugent into the path of Ricardinho, taken away. Ubi Peripovic comes away with it. He plays it ahead off the wall into space, but the Sidekicks will have control of it because De La Gala is the first man on the scene, beating Velez to the ball.
Nice little move there by De La Gala. He called out the pass for Juan Gamboa, and he faked him out, and then he turned the opposite way. Good job. I was going to say, you got to get that one.
Lipe.
San Diego foul called on number
Taylor
2,
Blond just
Taylor Walter Bond. His
pushing him
4th
off.
of the game, first of the second half.
Bond picks up his first. Lipe gets the restart for Dallas. Piedra to Ordonez. Oh, that might have hit his hand.
Yeah, I think that's a handball. Yep,
Dallas
that's
foul
easy
called
call.
number 2, Andy Ordonez, his first foul of the game.
That's Ordonez's first of the game.
A minute 43 to play in the third. Long ball off the chest to De Oliveira to Pittman, then headed by Segura. Finds Almendares. Pittman draped over him, and Pittman has it for San Diego. Gets it to Contreras. Contreras will wheel it back to the keeper. Pardo sends it ahead. Contreras runs up on it, crosses halfway, gets to the Dallas line, cuts inside, into the area. De Oliveira with a shot. Gamboa with a save.
Oh, man. Boy, Leo, I think if he had shot that anywhere where he did, that's a goal because all that great work from Contreras running down the right side just couldn't quite capitalize.
1 minute remaining
for Leo
in the
De
third
Oliveira.
quarter, fans. That means it's time for another
Gamboa
new Vodka
credited with
Magic
9
minute.
saves this afternoon, keeping Dallas in this game. They trail 4-3 as we wind down the final 45 seconds of the third period. Piedra receives it in the middle. To the corner for D'Souza. D'Souza's been beaten and battered today, but still battling. Piedra knocks it down at halfway, trying to get it to Quintana. Nearly turned over, but Piedra gets there, sends it back to Gamboa. Pressure from De Oliveira. Piedra receives the pass in his own end. 20 seconds remaining in the quarter. Piedra moves up the middle. Lipe up the left side, facing Farber. Stops, gets it to Piedra. Piedra shoots into the back of Gutierrez. Piedra sends it left. 2 seconds left. Got to shoot. Lipe doesn't pull
Fans,
the trigger
that's
in
the
time
end
as
of
we
the
come to the
third
end of
quarter
the third
with the score.
quarter.
The San Diego
The San Diego
Sockers 4, your
Sockers
Dallas Sidekicks
leading Dallas
3.
4-3. So we go to the fourth quarter. The Sidekicks still very much in this game, trying to snap a 9-game skid. San Diego striking twice in the third. De Oliveira scored at 2:41 of the period, even strength, to give the Sockers a 3-2 lead. Lipe would tie it scoring from the right
And now,
wing.
ladies and gentlemen, please
at
welcome
7:40
back
of the
the
third, and then
hottest
Childs
dance
with a
team in
shootout
the
goal
MASL,
to put the
your
Sockers
Dallas
back in
Sidekicks
front.
Dancers.
They claimed the lead for the third time today. Twice Dallas has come back to tie them. San Diego out shooting Dallas 16-14. We only had 5 shots in the third period. The Sockers with 3 of those.
Yeah, and I think the Dallas Sidekicks, they've got to appreciate where they are right now. You know, San Diego Soccer is one of the best teams in the league, only down 1 goal heading into the fourth. And, you know, you could argue the Sockers, as you mentioned earlier, road weary. Second game in the last 3 days. So, you know, you might see some tired legs out there. They only dressed 15 guys tonight, did the Sockers.
Yeah, the second leg of this trip, but they've played 9 of their last 10 games away from home. They've got a very odd schedule.
Yeah.
It was front-loaded with home games, kind of back-loaded with home games, and then they play Tacoma 3 straight games at the end of the season.
Wow. All right.
Boris
Interesting.
Pardo has made 5 saves today for San Diego, and the Sockers find themselves in a 1-goal game. They're just 5-5 on the road this season, 9-4 against the West, coming in 12-6. They know that the best they can do is finish second in the West. Monterey has already clinched the division title.
Yeah, and I'm kind of surprised by the shots. 16-14, Sockers lead that. And, you know, the Sidekicks doing a good job of getting shots on goal against some of the better teams at times. That's something they really struggle with. But doing a nice job today of getting
are very involved in the
opportunities.
DFW community, making
The Heat
several
and the
appearances
Blast
throughout
are
the
in
year,
the
along
second
with charity
quarter. They've got a
events.
good one
For more
cooking
information on how
in
you can
Harrisburg.
have the Dallas Sidekicks dancers at your next event,
It's
call
1-1
469-393-0160
with 7:50 to play.
or email us at dancers@dallasidekicks.org.
Harrisburg took the lead in the first, but Baltimore
All right,
has
fans,
come back
the
to get
balloon
the
pop is
equalizer.
approaching. We
In
ask
the
that
second
everyone
period,
participating wait
Tony
until the countdown
Donatelli
to
scoring.
pop their balloons.
We got a 1-goal game here. San Diego leading Dallas 4-3.
All right, fans, are you ready to pop those balloons?
And we're going to have the
Pop them in 10.
classic balloon pop here
9,
shortly. So
8, 7.
if you hear a bunch of popping, that's what's
5,
going on.
4, 3, 2,
A tradition here in Dallas. The end of the third to start the fourth.
So the green balloons are popped, and the guys in green kick off to begin the fourth. Aguayo has it for Dallas. Back to Ricardinho. It's been a fun-filled 3 periods. We're looking for a fantastic finish here over the last quarter hour. Gamboa sends it in deep to the corner. The target man is Mujin. Back to Quintana. One-touch pass looking for Ricardinho. Velas is there for San Diego. Gets it to Ube Parapovic. Yeah, easy for you to say. Ube Parapovic.
You've done so beautifully for 2 games too. I mean, it's like perfection, Pete. It's a tough name. I just say Slavisa.
It was inevitable.
I just do it. I just go the easy route. You go the hard route. I go the easy route.
Farber standing on the ball. San Diego gets organized. We've played nearly a minute of the fourth period.
And Farber is lethal in fourth quarters. He has 4 game-winning goals, tied for second in the MASL. So he is a guy to keep an eye on here in the fourth.
That ball skips past the target in the left corner. Quintana was doing a good job marking. It was Reza. And now Reza keeping an eye on Quintana, who plays it back to Gamboa. 13.5 minutes remaining as Quintana crosses his own line. Gets it back to Piedra, and then Quintana will go off as the Sidekicks make a change. This is Lipe. Oh, Pardo makes a diving save and parries it to the corner.
Nice shot there from
Velas
Lipe.
is there. Look out, here comes Ubi Parapovic up the left wing side. Gently plays it into the corner for Velez. Velez sending it all the way back to Pardo.
Good defense by Segura and Almendarez converging there, not allowing that turn, forcing it all the way back. Beautiful job by the Sidekicks defense.
Contreras to Serta. We've played just over 2 minutes of the fourth period. San Diego trying to hold on to a 1-goal lead here.
Pittman with some moves.
Finds Serta on the right side. Back to Contreras. San Diego just trying to kill some time here. Maintaining possession, up 4-3. De Oliveira, always dangerous on the ball now. Accelerates up the right side, marked by Segura. De Oliveira controls, plays a wall pass back in the direction of Pittman, but didn't have enough on it, and it gets taken away by the Sidekicks, who turn it right back over. Pittman has it at halfway.
Yeah, mistake there. Pull it across to Piedro's wide open on the other side.
Farber trying to work a little give and go here. Receives it off the end boards. Then goes to the corner and sends it back to Contreras. San Diego's had most of the possession here in the fourth period. Serta got an assist on the opening goal. Finds Childs here. He turns on it. His shot is blocked. D'Souza trying to win the ball. Here come the Sidekicks on a counterattack. D'Souza making the run, but the ball never gets to him. Serta intercepts.
Yeah, I'd rather him have tried to stop that and reset than try to get it across with 4 guys. But a good job, though, by San Diego's defense getting back.
It's Gustavo Piedra coming out of the back for Dallas.
Defense.
Serta to De Oliveira, who dummies it, and it goes through. Played off the inboards by Gutierrez. Up to the top of the penalty arc. D'Souza wins it, then gets tripped up by De Oliveira.
San Diego foul.
Yeah, that's a push in the back.
Called on number
Good call.
11, Leonardo De Oliveira.
11 minutes
That's his
remaining.
first
The
foul of
Sidekicks
game.
down by 1, trailing San Diego 4-3.
A delay
Knock
of
on
game
wood, I
warning
think the
has been
referees
issued to
have
San Diego.
settled down too, Pete.
Well, and also some credit to the players because
Yeah.
they've also settled down.
They have, yeah,
Didn't let things get out of hand.
right.
Mugen being grabbed hold of, and finally the whistle sounds. Mugen may have unintentionally raked
San Diego
the
foul.
face
Called on
of
number
Ortega.
8.
Mugen
Zé Roberto, his
apologizing.
first
Yeah,
foul of
that
the
was
game.
completely. That one was incidental. There was no leading in with a hand there. He was looking the other way.
Ricardinho lays it off to Lipe on the restart.
Good no call by the referees. Sorry, Pete.
Quintana to Ricardinho, back to Quintana. He's marked by Bond. Ricardinho started to go left, keeps it, back to Quintana. Finds Mugen in the area. Mugen moves out over to the right wing side. It comes back to Lipe now from Ricardinho. Lipe with the left foot off the end boards, got taken down by Bond. The officials say play on, and Ricardinho sends it back to Gamboa.
You just got to love the chemistry between Lipe and Freddie Mugen. You can just see the two players playing off of each other. They kind of anticipate where the other one's going to move. As soon as Lipe made that move to the left, Freddie moved off the wall looking for the bounce pass.
Here's Ricardinho moving up along the left wing boards, drawing a double team, gets it back to Lipe. Ricardinho's really barking at the officials. Quintana has his shot blocked by Farber. Here comes Gutierrez out of the back for San Diego. It comes to Velez. Ahead for Ortega, who can't get there before Gamboa plays it to Ricardinho. Sidekicks control with 9.5 minutes to play, trailing 4-3.
Yeah, Juan Gamboa bailing him out big time there, coming up, using his feet to get the ball out. Great job.
Dallas with the only shot of the fourth quarter, being outshot 16-15 for the game, trailing 4-3 with 9:15 remaining. Lipe gets to the attack line. Past Farber, shoots through Pardo, and it's a goal! Armendariz puts it away, and once again, we're in a deadlock at the Allen Event Center. It's 4-4 with 9:09 to play.
And Lipe de Andrade just put the mustard on Brian Farber, faking him
Dallas
out of his shoes,
Sidekick
froze him with the
goal.
shot left, got
His
through
sixth
Pardo,
of the season.
and Almendarez
Scored by
back in the
number
net for the
89,
easy cleanup
Victor
goal. But what a move by Lipe de Andrade. And I'm going to be honest, Brian
assist to
Farber,
number
he's laughing. He goes,
90,
man, I froze. You know, I thought he was going to go left or right, and he went left. What an impressive play by Lipe.
Lipe now with 2 goals and an assist in this game. Right now, the leading candidate for the #1 star.
That's his 7th assist. Now that's he's still first on the team with 7 assists. So
Armendariz gets the goal. That's as easy a goal as Armendariz will ever score.
That's a cleanup goal, right?
Ubi Peripovic back heels it. De Oliveira on the ball, marked by Segura. San Diego, for the 3rd time today, has coughed up a lead. Serta side boots it to Farber. Farber in traffic along the boards on the right side. Sidekicks trying to get it off their own line. And going down is Aguayo.
Leo De Oliveira got Aguayo, but I loved how Aguayo just fell in the ball. He said, forget it. I'm just going to fall in the ball.
This is Piedra at midfield. Oh, intercepted by Serta, intended for D'Souza. Serta holds up. Farber plays it back. We hit the 8-minute mark as Pittman crosses halfway. Tied 4-4. Battle for possession here. Farber wins the duel. It comes down to the feet of D'Souza. Over to Piedra. Piedra deep in his own end. Gets it across the Dallas line to D'Souza. He flicks it ahead. Has a man making a run up the left wing side. But it's Serta who gets there first. The target man moving up the left wing side was Chris Sendejas, who may be touching the floor for the first time today.
I was going to say that's he's played in 3 games previously, but almost no time on the floor whatsoever.
That one sent out a play.
Timeout.
Over the corner flag, and with that, there's a timeout with 7:18 to play in the 4th period. And we're in a 4-4 time. Man, there's been some good MASL action over the last couple of weeks here in the Metroplex, and really throughout the weekend, all across the league. There's been some really tough, tight, close games and a few surprises, including Mesquite beating San Diego Friday night. San Diego trying to snap a 2-game skid here this afternoon, and they got more than they can bargain for against Dallas. At the Allen Event Center, it's the San Diego Sockers 4 and the Dallas Sidekicks 4.
When fire
Each
water
team
damage
with
hits
16
home,
shots
we're with you every step
this
of the way until
afternoon.
you're back on your feet.
On
The
this
cleanup
Sunday
and
fun
restoration
day,
specialist at
the Sidekicks
1-800-SERVPRO
are
at
having some
servproallen.com.
fun. Glad to be back home
Helping make fire and
after
water
a
damage
really
like
tough
it
road
never
trip both
even
on
happened.
and off the field. But giving San Diego everything they've got, 25 fouls in the game. The Sockers have been called 15 times. Sidekicks have had 9
Fans,
penalty
please
minutes,
stick
4
around
for the
after the game to
Sockers,
see which
who have 6
Sidekicks
block
player
shots,
earns man of the
Dallas with
match.
3 blocks.
And don't miss out on the
Yeah,
post-game
fun
autograph
game,
session with your
exciting.
favorite
2
dancers and
powerhouse
players.
franchises, maybe not now in the standings, if you will, but certainly storied franchises.
That one chipped
Wow.
to the far post, and Farber heads it in.
What a play. My goodness. A little trickeration there, Pete.
San Diego lethal on the restarts, takes a 5-4 lead with 7:15 to play.
And Childs just pops this up.
San
He
Diego
skies
goal
this over
scored by
the
number
wall,
7,
and Brian Farber
Farber.
heads it back
The
to the
assist
net.
to number 37,
What an
Craig
incredible
Childs.
play for the San Diego Sockers.
Childs with a beautiful lob.
Saucy. Man.
Childs liked that one.
Yeah, he did. I mean, that's one of those, I don't even know. Can you even practice something like that? That's just two incredible soccer players showing off their skills.
Farber getting the goal. It's his 14th of the season. And once again, San Diego with the lead. Can Dallas come back one more time in this game? They were down 2-0, came back to tie it. They were down 3-2, came back to tie it. They were down 4-3, came back to tie it. Now down 5-4. Approaching the final 6.5 minutes of the contest.
I think they can do it. I think the Sidekicks have it in them. They've had the confidence here. Take out the first 2 or 3 minutes of the game, and the Sidekicks have really had a nice game.
Well, they'd like to have those first 94 seconds back when they gave up 2 goals quickly. San Diego came roaring out of the gate here this afternoon, but the Sidekicks have been able to regroup and stay in it, and that's something that Simone Bozes has been preaching to his team. Look, when we fall behind 2-0, it's not the end of the world. We can come back.
Exactly.
And the Sidekicks have proven that to themselves after Childs and Pittman scored in the first minute 34 of this contest.
Yeah, they shouldn't feel too bad about going down in the first 90-plus seconds, right? Your crosstown rivals, the Mesquite Outlaws, I think they gave up, was it 3 goals in the first 2 minutes?
Yeah, that was
in San Diego back in January.
In San Diego, yeah. There's a shot right into the gut of Gamboa, and he cradles it in with 5.5 minutes remaining, denying De Oliveira.
Man, Leo's got a great shot. He really has an impressive shot. It's heavy, and it's very accurate. Number 11.
Sendejas is back out there now for the Sidekicks. Ricardinho and Quintana. Farber defending Quintana. Back to Ricardinho. To Aguayo at the attacking line, marked by Pittman. Side boots it back to Ricardinho, who switches it to the right side for Quintana. Back left to Aguayo. Aguayo with a through ball to the top of the penalty arc, finding Almendares, who scored a goal assisted by Lipe earlier in the half. Almendares now to Quintana, marked by Farber, sent to Ricardinho. Moving in along the right wing boards is Quintana.
San Diego converged on Almendares, but he did a beautiful job of retaining possession for the Sidekicks. Another one of those rookies playing heavy minutes.
Here's Aguayo. 1-goal game. Dallas trailing 5-4. Holding it in the attacking third. Quintana trying to move in on Farber. Plays it back to Ricardinho. De Oliveira comes out to press Ricardinho. Lipe's come back in, and he fires away, but sends one into the corner seats with the right foot.
Yeah, it's a good little shift there for the Sidekicks. Nice job keeping the pressure on, maintaining possession. You got some good shifts out of Victor Almendares at the point.
4:01 remaining.
Need to keep doing that, keep that pressure up and high.
Childs has scored twice today. Pittman, De Oliveira, and Farber have also scored for San Diego. Piedra steals it in the area, sends it out to halfway for D'Souza, unable to get around Serta. Serta running D'Souza in circles, plays it back to Pardo.
Impressive play by Serta there, because he was tracking that ball down and got around Felipe D'Souza. Nice job.
Serta gets past D'Souza here, then slows things down.
And the ref. He got past the ref, too.
Less than 3.5 minutes remaining. Pardo with a diagonal ball over the top into the corner, dumped for Childs. Gutierrez has it. Sent back to Farber. 3:10 to play. Ortega has it. To Pino. San Diego holding on to a 1-goal lead. Pardo sends it up the left side, off the wall, received by Childs. Sent back to Farber. Left for Ortega. Changes being made by the Sockers. Pardo beyond his own line. Finds Uba Peripovic.
San Diego's so good off the ball movement.
Diagonal ball on the ground to Ortega. Receives it off the wall and turns it over to Aguayo. Aguayo has it for Dallas. Dallas looking for an equalizer with less than 2.5 minutes remaining. Dallas controlling in their own end. Gamboa approaches his own line, then retreats. and calls timeout.
Timeout.
Gets back inside the
Dallas.
box to signal timeout.
San Diego, they remind me of Tacoma, actually, in how they love to space when they have the ball in the possession. They space the field out and do a great job of that, moving around, getting a lot of movement off the ball. Very impressive team.
Ricardinho will don the 6th attacker jersey as Dallas tries to come back one more time in this game. They got goals from Lipe and Mujin to tie the game at 2 after falling behind early. Then De Oliveira scored for San Diego, but Lipe would strike again to tie the game at 3 after Childs scored a shootout goal. Lipe assisted Almendares to knot the game at 4. And then off a restart, Childs from the left corner lobbed it to the back post to the head of Brian Farber, who knotted it in. And with 7:46 elapsed in the fourth quarter, the Sockers reclaimed the lead one more time.
Where you can purchase all the new
And they're up
Sidekicks
5-4 with 2:11
including
remaining
authentic
as
Sidekicks
Dallas goes to
jerseys.
the 6th
It's your
attacker after the
Sidekicks
timeout.
one-stop shop for
Yeah,
the
let's
true
see if
Sidekicks
Lipe
experience.
and his magical feet and Freddie Mujin, I guarantee you Freddie Mujin is going to be camped out on the back post just waiting for a Lipe de Andrade shot to kind of go in there and clean up that mess.
Dallas will be back home February 28th, and that'll be the final version of the
sixth
Metroplex
attacker for your
Derby as
Dallas
Mesquite
Sidekicks
will
is
visit
number
the
79,
Allen Event Center.
Ricardinho.
Mesquite's won the first 3 meetings in the series in the inaugural year of having 2 teams in North Texas.
Oh,
Lipe nearly tripped over the carpet and
he
now
did.
turns it over to Farber, and Farber puts it away. That is just – that's the
Diego
luck
goal
that the
scored by number
Sidekicks have
7,
had.
Brian Farber
you got to be
unassisted.
sick for them right now. Literally, you can see a big chunk of the carpet there. Lipe tripped on it, stumbled, gave the ball up to Brian Farber, who put it in the back of the net. And, oh, man, you got to just look at that. You see it. He just misplayed the ball there, and just enough time to Farber to come up and pick his pocket and put it in. God, you got to feel sick for him.
Farber's second goal of the fourth quarter gives San Diego a 6-4 lead. 2:07 remaining. Dallas keeps the 6th attacker on the pitch. It's Ricardinho with the 6th attacker jersey. Farber now with 15 goals in 17 games for San Diego. Dallas now needs 2 to tie. As we wind our way down to the final 145, Piedra plays it to the corner for De La Gala. And that gets taken away by Ortega. Ortega gets tripped up, and it'll be a free kick for San Diego just beyond their own line.
Dallas foul called on number 20, Raul De La Gala. His
De La
first
Gala
foul
gets
of the
called
game.
for the foul. There's still some jaw-jacking going on. Tempers were fairly heated in the second quarter, but after halftime, things calmed down considerably, but now things starting to heat up again as San Diego, for the second time today, has gone up by 2 goals. They were up 2-0, a minute 34 into the game. They've never trailed in this game. They control in the Dallas end. Dallas playing with the 6th attacker. And again,
Dallas
that
foul
carpet
called on
rolls
number
up
20,
in the
Raul
corner.
De La Gala, his second of
You
the
know what?
game,
That's just
second of the
unacceptable.
second half.
They've got to find a way to keep that carpet tacked down. See, I told you tempers were starting to heat up again. Contreras is in the middle of this one and talking to Almendares. And Almendares is giving it right back. Some of the cooler heads trying to prevail. Well, there's never been any love lost between the San Diego Sockers and the Dallas Sidekicks. The rivalry is still a heated one. Sidekicks with 4 championships, San Diego with 14 in their history. A restart against the 6th attacker. Ortega will signal a timeout.
Timeout, San Diego.
As San Diego looks to add to a 2-goal lead with 1:28 to play. The MASL podcast returns for the 2019-2020 season. Join us as we talk to players, officials, and coaches from across the league, taking you behind the scenes of the MASL. You can check out MASLsoccer.com and listen to past episodes and subscribe to the official MASL podcast on Apple Podcasts. The Sidekicks would like to thank Miter USA for providing today's match balls. Miter, founded in Huddersfield, England,
Sidekicks
is among the
Nation
world's
for all the latest
oldest
news
sporting
and
good
information.
brands.
Be sure to check
Starting
out
production
your
back in
Dallas Sidekicks at
1817.
DallasSidekicks.com.
Miter's a proud partner of
and like
Major
us on
Arena Soccer
Facebook
League,
and Instagram
providing arena-specific match
@GoSidekicks
balls to both the
Official
MASL and the
Twitter
MASL2.
@GoSidekicks.
The MASL and Miter share a long-term vision to see arena soccer grow in North America. The Astro Division Ball is the official game ball for MASL League play. Miter's Astro Division is designed specifically for play on artificial surfaces, and it features a more accurate flight than the average ball. It has a 30% reduced bounce to make it play more efficiently in arena soccer, and we've seen some really entertaining arena soccer this weekend across the MASL, and this game has been no exception. As you see, Pino and Ricardinho trying to make peace here this afternoon. The Sockers have a 6-4 lead with 1:28 remaining, and they'll have a restart from the right wing. They've got Serta and Childs both lined up there on the right side. De Oliveira is left of the area. Farber is on the back post. Pino's on the near post. Here's a back heel to De Oliveira. Ricardinho makes the save, and it gets headed, but only as far as Pino. Now Quintana heads it. Serta trying to get it teed up. Quintana steps in his way, and Dallas wins the ball. Contreras has his pocket picked. Taking it away is Almendares. Sent all the way back to Ricardinho, who gallops toward halfway.
All right, fans,
Sends
it's
it over to
time
Piedra.
for another
Piedra into the
New
area.
Vodka Magic
Ortega
Minute.
clears it. It gets as far as Ricardinho. Ricardinho plays it to the top of the arc. Sent to De La Gala, and from the left wing with the right foot, he sails one into the corner seats over the right corner glass. 47.6 seconds remaining. San Diego still leads by 2, up 6-4. We'll have goalkeeper distribution here as Pardo will restart play with a long pass sent all the way to the attacking line. Contreras is there. Contreras plays it back. Comes back to Pardo, to Pino. Pino up the right side to Farber, to Contreras. Right on, spot on for Contreras, who comes all the way back to halfway. Leaves it for Pino, and we're down to the final 20 seconds. Pino pushes it up the left wing side. Ricardinho moving back toward the goal. Farber moving in, veers left. Plays a wall pass to himself, comes back to the top of the arc, shoots, but that's blocked. Mugin gets to halfway for Dallas. The final 3 seconds ticking off the clock. Armendares tees it up. Can't get a shot off
Fans,
in time.
that's the end of the game.
And that's
The
how
final
today's
score.
game ends.
San Diego
with
Soccer
Armendares
6,
sending the
your
ball
Dallas
into the
Sidekicks
seats
4.
behind Pardo. A highly entertaining game that saw San Diego take an early 2-0 lead. And the Sidekicks kept scrapping their way
Fans,
back
thank
in,
you
but
so
could
much
never
for
get a
coming out
nose
today
in
and supporting your
front.
Dallas Sidekicks.
And the
Don't
Sockers
forget, the next Dallas Sidekicks
come away
home
with a
game is
6-4
Derby
victory.
night
The
versus
Dallas
the Mesquite
losing
Outlaws
streak now
on
extended
February the
to
28th
10
at
games.
7:35 p.m.
After losing back-to-back games, San Diego
Sidekicks fans,
improves
stick
to
around
6-5
who
on the
will be
road.
man of the
They're now
matches on the
13-6
main
on the
video
season,
board. And don't forget to
10-4
make your way
against
to
the
the field
West,
for post-game
and they
autographs
have
from
a
your
plus
favorite
15
Sidekicks
goal
players and
differential
dancers.
as they try to nail down second place in the West. They'll be in action again on February 29th when they take on
Fans,
the
once
Milwaukee
again, don't forget,
Wave.
your Dallas Sidekicks next
And
home game
Milwaukee
is Derby night on
defeated
February
St.
the
Louis
28th
today,
at 7:35
12-6.
When your Dallas
The
Sidekicks
Sidekicks
take on the Mesquite
fall to
Outlaws.
2-17.
And then
They're
again,
2-8
right
at
here
home.
the
They're
Allen Event Center
1-15
on March
against
the
the
8th
West.
versus the Turlock
They now have a
Express.
minus 77 goal differential. They've been eliminated from playoff contention, and they're at the bottom of the table in the Western Division. But, man, they have given, over the last couple of weeks, they've given some of the best teams in this league a tough time. They really made Utica come up with their best stuff late to win. And the Sockers looked like they were going to be en route to a rout today when they scored twice in the first 94 seconds. But One of the reasons the Sidekicks were able to stay in this match was because of the play of Juan Gamboa. And down 2-1, Gamboa came up with a big save in the second period. After that ball ricocheted off the end boards, Gamboa leaps up and bats it away with the right hand, keeping Dallas in the game. The goal of the match came in the fourth quarter. After Dallas had come back to tie it 4-4, it was the third time that the Sidekicks had rallied to tie it, but this lob to the back post by Childs, headed in by Farber, sealed the Sidekicks' fate. Farber would add another goal in the fourth quarter, but how's that for a nifty restart? Where do goal scorers hang out? On the back post. And Farber heads that one in perfectly and then would get another goal after Lipe tripped over the carpet there near that same post, and then Farber squeezed in one against the sixth attacker as San Diego returns home after playing 9 of 10 games on the road. And again, they'll be taking on Milwaukee in their next game. Gamboa today finished with 11 saves.
And information. Be sure to check out your Dallas Sidekicks at DallasSidekicks.com.
15 shots.
And like us on Facebook and Instagram.
So
at
another good performance from Gamboa. And for San Diego on the opposite end, Pardo credited with 6 saves, stopping only 60% of the shots he faced. And we can go down to Matt Thornton.
All right, Dallas Sidekicks fans, your man of the match, Lipe de Andrade. Give it up for him. Great game today, Lipe. 2 goals and assists. Talk about your game today.
Você jogou bem, dois gols e passe.
Graças a Deus, primeiramente agradecer a Deus pelos 2 gols, pela assistência, mas não valeu de nada, felizmente perdemos.
He wants to thank God for the 2 goals and the assists, but he's upset with the loss once again.
I know. You always want to win. We love that about you. You've been such a great addition to this Dallas Sidekicks team. I know there's a lot of people at home in Brazil watching you. What would you like to say to them tonight?
Você saber o que você quer falar pro pessoal no Brasil assistindo você.
Tem a minha esposa assistindo, minha família. Agradecer, mandar beijão para minha mulher, para meu filho. E agradecer pela força que estão me dando. E é isso aí, vamos bola para frente.
He wants to give a little hello to his wife and his kid, a big kiss, and thank them for all the support, for letting him be over here and playing.
Awesome. Hey, your man of the match tonight, Felipe de Andrade. Give it up for him again. And an assist by Arthur Evo. Back to you, Pete.
All right, thanks, Matt. And thanks to Arthur Evo for serving as our interpreter down there on the field as Lipe continues to show what a terrific player he is and is developing into here in the MASL. And Lipe did everything he possibly could to keep the Sidekicks in this game, getting those 3 points, 2 goals and an assist. And it was Farber who scored twice in the fourth quarter to secure the victory for San Diego today. And Brian Farber will be visiting with Matt Thornton.
All right, we're back with the San Diego Soccer's man of the match tonight, Brian Farber. Brian, congratulations.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Appreciate that.
You had a couple goals tonight. Man, long road stretch for you guys. Are you glad to get home, be home?
Yeah, we've had 10 games in the last 30 days, so our bodies are kind of wore out. And to come in here to Dallas versus this team and get a win is big for us.
All right, I got to ask, that shot, the Childs lob over the wall and the header, is that something you guys practice?
We played together for 10 years, so he can read my brain and I can read his, and we put it together at the last second.
Well, the chemistry is obvious. You guys are having a great season. We wish you the best. Your man of the match, San Diego Soccer's Brian Farber.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Back to you, Pete.
All right, thanks a lot, Matt, and thanks also to Brian Farber. San Diego splitting their 2 legs of the Texas trip. Defeated by Mesquite on Friday, but they take it out on the Sidekicks today, coming away with a 6-4 victory as Dallas suffers a 10th straight defeat. San Diego breaks a 2-game skid. San Diego will play Milwaukee on February 29th. That should be a great match. The final score today, San Diego 6, Dallas 4. Tune in Friday, February 28th for more Dallas Sidekicks action on MASL TV as the Sidekicks take on the Mesquite Outlaws. And we'll be with you for all of that action Friday night. Kickoff at 7:30 on Friday night. For Matt Thornton, I'm Pete Stein. So long from the Allen Event Center.